Hello. So we are going to be diving into 3 tips, 3 things that you can be doing now to prepare for your fall busy season. Hang on, guys. I'm actually going to take my earrings off so that they're not constantly banging the earphones because that's annoying. So I'm really excited with what I have to share for you today because I'm kind of on a mission this year to I don't want to see as many photographers burn out. Okay, so if you are new here and you're popping in, hello friends, thank you for joining. If you don't know who I am Sabrina Gebhardt. I'm a lifestyle family photographer and I have been for more than 10 years. So this is going into my 11th fall season. Okay, so I have been around the block a time or two and I know what it feels like. I know that it's absolutely bananas. Okay, so for those of you that are already here, tell me, have you been through a fall season and was it totally crazy? I want to know your thoughts. So here's what I see happen year after year. And let me also just insert, I'm not pointing fingers because I have been there, done that. Okay. Again, I have experienced 10 fall seasons. I'm going into my 11th. So I have 100% been in this boat. But here's what I see happen every single fall. Okay. I see photographers go into the fall season kind of with a plan. And then the snowball starts of clients booking and telling their friends and more clients booking. And then the schedule's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, but more people keep reaching out and you want to keep taking money and you want to keep saying yes. And so you just keep packing it in, packing it in, packing it in. And before you know it, you have ended the year way over capacity. Okay. You are literally editing what feels like 24 hours a day. You are not responding to emails quickly. You're not getting things done. Things are falling through the cracks, not only professionally, but personally. You're missing out on your social life. You are not able to relax. You're not able to say yes to the girls' night dinner. You are missing your kids' sports. You're literally spending every waking minute shooting or editing, okay? And things start to fall apart. Like you can hold that for a little bit, okay? You can work that hard for a little bit, and then everybody just rides the wave and it goes straight to burnout. I see it every year over and over and over again, okay? And it stinks. And I have been there before and I know just how miserable it is. You get to Thanksgiving when maybe you wanted to be done shooting, but you're still cramming in sessions. Okay. And so what you had hoped was going to be your Thanksgiving week off, you're now shooting a bunch of sessions and not relaxing. Or maybe you did take a couple days off, but you literally just want to sleep. You have no desire to pick up your camera and photograph your own family. Maybe you get all the way into Christmas, and again, you have no desire to photograph your family. You literally don't care anymore. You don't ever want to edit another photo. You don't want to pick up your camera. You want to burn it down, right? And this happens over and over and over and over and over again to family photographers everywhere. And it is such a common problem. And again, it's something that I have lived through. So I totally understand and I totally get what you are suffering through. And have you ever heard this adage of if you are a mom and you've had a baby, so you've had a newborn before, it's a really hard season of life. And then things get really easy and you forget how hard the newborn phase was. And then that's when people start getting pregnant, having another baby. And then you're like, oh yeah, the newborn season is really hard, right? Like you know that it's hard and you know what you're living through. And then you move past it and you forget, right? That's what happens with fall busy season, okay? It is insane and intense. and just the worst for some people. They have such a bad experience and they get so deep in burnout, and it affects their personal life and their family and their mental health, that the year ends and literally so many photographers are like, that's it, I'm out, burn it down, I don't want to do this anymore. And then you take a long break, right? You go into the new year and it goes into slow season for photographers. You're taking a lot of time off. And then come March, right? Spring and people reaching out again and the weather's warming up, and you start to get that itch to create, and you have forgotten how miserable you were in busy season. And so you just literally start riding the wave again without making any changes to the way you are approaching fall. You literally start booking sessions and taking clients, and you're happy and it's wonderful again, and you're creating and you're telling yourself, oh yeah, I do love this. And you're back in the game, and then you lead into fall and the same snowball happens. And it is a really fine line. I have noticed over the years, it's a really fine line between being manageable and sustainable as far as how many clients you're taking on and how busy you are, to teetering over to overworked and drowning in editing and heading straight for burnout. That is such a fine line. Sometimes it's a fine enough line that it's only one single session. One session can teeter you over the edge. One session, too many, can take you from manageable, sustainable, staying on top of things, functioning, breathing, to nope, that was way too much. What did I do? Okay, so today I am going to give you 3 things that you can do right now to prepare yourself for a successful fall season, okay? And when I say successful, we're not going to get into this part today, but successful is different for everybody, okay? So successful could be totally just financial to you. Maybe you have a certain financial goal that you want to make, or maybe you want to sell out a certain number of sessions. Successful to you could be ending the year without wanting to poke your eyes out. Like that could be the measuring stick, okay? So whatever success is for you, these are 3 things that you can start doing right now to prepare yourself for a successful fall season, okay? I have my notes here, so I'm going to refer to them so I kind of stay on track. Got it? Okay, so number 1, right now, you should be planning your calendar, okay? You should be planning your calendar for the fall season, but here's the key to that. You need to put in your personal life first before you plan for your sessions and your clients, okay? This is where so many people get it wrong. They do the work of planning for sessions in the summer, which is 100% on point, but they plan for clients first, and then they try to piecemeal a personal life into that, and it doesn't work that way, okay? That's when you really feel burnt out because you feel like you're missing out on things. So you might be saying, but Sabrina, I don't know what the heck my calendar is going to look like in the fall with my personal commitments. Here's the deal. You can guess, okay? There are some things you can look up now. There are some things that you can guess on based on historically, what did you do in the fall, okay? For example, if you live in a college town and you have season tickets to college football or, NFL or whatever, look up the schedule now and put it on your calendar. It's there. Just go find it. Okay. If you participate in an organization that does big fundraising in the fall or needs a lot of volunteer commitment in the fall, look up what the dates were last year and assume they're going to be the same. Or call the organization and find out. They have those dates already. They know what they're doing. Same goes with your kids' sports. If they're going to be playing all the same fall sports, look up what their schedule was last year, not necessarily the time of day, but if they always have Saturday morning games, you block off your Saturday mornings. If they always have Friday night practice, you block off your Friday night, and so on. Sure, it might change when their actual schedule comes out, but at least you have planned for something, okay? Because if you go through and you put in all these blocks of time for sessions first and then try to piece in your personal life, that's when you're going to get frustrated. That's when you're going to be like, God, I'm shooting so much that I am missing out on everything. And that's when you start to get angry with yourself, and that leads into the burnout problem. Okay. So first thing is, yes, you should be planning your calendar now, but you need to put in every personal thing you can think of first and then plan time for session availability. Okay. Again, look at your calendar last year. What did you do last year? Socially, even if it's something you missed out on, did you go to a fall festival? Did you do something special Halloween weekend? Do your kids have birthdays in the fall? Do you attend fall sports, whether for your kids or professionally or college? All of those things can go in the calendar now so that you have time for a life. Okay? You should not only be photographing clients in the fall. You need to take time to enjoy your family. You need to take time to enjoy your friends. You need to take time to do the things that will refuel you so that you can not be drowning in work. Okay, so number one tip for preparing yourself for fall right now is set your calendar, but put in all of your personal commitments first. Okay? Number two tip is I want you, as you are planning your calendar for fall, I want you to underestimate the amount of time it takes for everything, okay? So if in slow season you are able to turn around a gallery in 7 days and it takes you 5 hours to edit, great. In fall season, it's gonna take you 14 days to turn around and it's gonna take you 10 hours to edit, okay? I want you to really underestimate everything so that you give yourself more margin, okay? I feel like not giving yourself enough margin is where a lot of photographers really mess up. And it's not intentional. You're not doing it on purpose. You're basing your schedule and your availability on what you can handle in the spring and in the summer. But fall is not the same, okay? Fall is busy, even business aside, okay? Even if you are just a mom, fall is busy. Back to school, you've got all the holidays in the fall. A lot of kids have fall birthdays. You've got fall festivals. You've got fall sports. There is so much going on, okay? Fall is heavy lifting anyways. And then when you add in the session quantity and session volume that you're taking on and the volume of client inquiries that are coming in, it is intense. Even for the most well-intentioned, the best planning person, fall is intense. When things are intense, you need margin because it takes longer to get anything done because you're automatically carrying all this extra stuff in your brain, okay? So I want you to build margin into your schedule. If in the spring you can handle 3 sessions a week and your turnaround's great and you manage your editing time, maybe you can't handle that many sessions in the fall. Or maybe giving yourself more margin looks like you need to hire somebody to help with childcare in the fall to give yourself more work hours. Or outsource your editing to give yourself more work hours, okay? Whatever you do, you need to plan a way to give yourself more margin because everything takes longer in the fall. You are responding to more emails, you are editing more, you are uploading more galleries, it's kind of like moving through wet cement, right? It is such an intense season between work and personal life and just living. Fall is busy. Everything. You feel like you're working really hard to get anything done. You need to give yourself more margin, underestimate the amount of time it's going to take you to do anything. And guess what? If you assume everything's going to take twice as long and you build your schedule that way and you get through stuff faster, you just earned yourself free time. Total win, right? But if you don't give yourself enough margin in your schedule and you book things too tightly and then things start taking too long, guess what you've done then? You've added more stress to your plate because now you feel like you're behind, and that's when that drowning feeling comes in, and that's when the snowball starts of first you're drowning, and then you're angry for drowning, and then you feel frustrated, and then you're headed straight over the cliff into burnout, okay? So the first tip is to plan your calendar now and make sure before you do any client planning, your personal life is on your calendar. And number 2, I want you to give yourself extra margin and build in extra time because every task takes longer in the fall than it does any other time of year, Okay, so third tip, you 100% need to be using an automatic booking system for fall. Okay, you might not want to do that for your full sessions, but if you are a photographer that offers mini sessions, you need to be using an automatic booking system. Maybe your CRM does that. Okay, if you use Dubs Auto, I think Honeybook does it. Great. If you don't have a CRM or if you don't have that set up, use something like Session. There's several others, Acuity. There's several different things. You don't have to pay for a whole year of it, but it is 100% worth it for you to set it up now, pay for it for a couple of months to get through booking all those sessions, and then drop it. What happens is when you use some sort of automatic booking system, you are sending out a link. So you can either send out a booking link through a newsletter, or you can have it in your LinkedIn profile on social media, or it can be just in email request if somebody sends an email through your website, hey, I want to book a fall session, and you respond with the link. But the beauty of this is that it takes all the back and forth out. Okay, if you set up an automatic booking process where you just send clients a link, they are able to look at the availability, they are able to choose their own time slot, they are able to pay their deposit, sign a contract, and do a questionnaire if that's part of your process, all before you have to step in and do anything. Okay, so part of the drowning feeling from the very get-go of the fall is all the back and forth. It's so much back and forth, right? If you're like, hey, I'm doing mini sessions and there's 5 dates available and there's 5 time slots on each date, send me an email and let me know what you want. It's the constant back and forth. I want this time slot. Oh, that one's not available. How about this one? Okay, that works. Here's your link for your deposit. I mean, it's so much time. You can save so much time on the front end if you just set up some sort of automatic booking process, okay? Again, you can do Session, you can do Acuity, or you can set it up within your CRM if it has that capability. It is worth the time to get that set up now. It is worth the expense. It will save you so much. The other beautiful thing about this kind of automatic booking process, they cannot book without paying the deposit. It will not let them, okay? So you will never find yourself in that trap of, oh, I slid Jane Smith into that time slot and I'm just now realizing 7 weeks later that she never paid a deposit, and then you reach out to Jane Smith and, oh, she actually used a different photographer and she doesn't need that anymore, and so now you've got a time slot to fill. That kind of stuff happens when you are not using an automatic booking system. So for everybody that's here and everybody that just joined, who is already using or getting themselves set up with an automatic booking system for fall mini sessions? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so I'm going to give you a 4th bonus tip because I love bonuses and extra stuff. So 4th bonus tip, and this is me being a cheerleader for you. Maybe it's more like being a coach, okay? But here's what I want you to know, and I want you to really let this sit with you for a minute. Please do not get hypnotized by flying money, okay? That's what I kind of feel like fall is. People are literally throwing money at you, right? They're reaching out to you, hey, can I get a session? And they literally are begging to give you money. That's what fall is. It's flying money. Okay. And if you are a photographer who feels like they are constantly in feast or famine with their business, right? The first half of the year, it's crickets and you're freaking out and you're not making any money and you're feeling like you're going to have to close your doors and shut it down because anybody hire me and there's nobody out there, and you're really scarce. And then you lead into summer and fall and it's all the money, all the sessions, all the things happening. I get it, because that's so many people. So many people feel like feast or famine with their business. But here's what I want you to know about fall. Yes, people are probably already reaching out to you. You may have already announced your fall mini sessions in your fall calendar. Maybe you've already booking. Maybe you're already sold out. Wherever you are right now, I want you to hold firm to your schedule, hold firm to what you are capable of, hold firm to your resolve to make this year the year that you're not going to be completely miserable and burnt out at the end of the year, there is no amount of money that is worth what will happen to your sanity if you end the year drowning. Okay? Just a minute ago, I explained it, that there's a fine line between sanity and overwhelm. There is a fine line between being able to handle your business and feeling like you're drowning. Sometimes that line is as fine as one session. One session can take you over the hill from the good side to the bad side. And so I want you to remember this. I want you to remember there is no amount of money that is worth the struggle that you are going to have. Okay? Taking one extra mini session, if that's the fine line, if pushing you over is just one session takes you from holding it all together to completely falling apart, it's not worth it. So many photographers don't realize that burnout is not just a business thing, it is mental health. Burnout in your business literally seeps through into every part of your life. It seeps into your relationships. It seeps into your household. It seeps into the way you handle your kids and your spouse and your friends and self-care and time off and how you talk to yourself. I don't want you to be hypnotized by the flying money, okay, and just continue to take sessions because, oh my gosh, people want to pay me money, so I'm just going to keep saying yes. Why would I turn money away? Pay attention to your schedule. Be intentional with what you take and what you say no to, okay? Do not freak out if you sell out your sessions and you are at capacity for your year and you can't take any more sessions on. Great! Don't take any more sessions. Trust me, one session too many can push you over the edge. One session too many can ruin you. And I don't want that for you. I want you to end the year well. I want you to be confident and I want you to be happy. I want you to make it. I want this to be your year. So, those are my tips. I gave you a bonus tip number 4. For anybody that just joined, I'm going to run through them very quickly. If you are catching this in the replay, you can still drop me a comment. You can still send me a DM if you've got questions, comments, concerns. You can also share this to your Instagram stories and tag me and let me know if you found it valuable. You can share it in a DM to your photographer friends. I want the battle with burnout to be a thing of the past. Like, burnout is avoidable. You do not have to feel this way at the end of every year. You can work through things and plan intentionally and hold strong to your schedule and say no and finish the year feeling amazing. It is 100% possible. Okay? So again, first tip is plan your calendar now, but put your personal life in the calendar first before you start booking sessions. Number 2, assume that everything is going to take longer in the fall, so build margin into your schedule. Number 3, use some sort of automatic booking system to cut out all the back and forth, to save you time now, to make it super easy for clients to walk through every step and to ensure that you get everyone's deposit up front. And the number 4 bonus tip was do not get hypnotized by the flying money. No amount of money is worth your sanity. It's not, I promise. So I hope this was helpful. If you see this and you want to share it, if you've got other comments, questions, concerns, I am here for you. Thank you for being here today. Bye, you guys.